All right, guys. Welcome to On the Stack. And today's edition of On the Stack is Brew Time. Presented to you by Gamer's Edge and GET TV. I'm Victor. It's fucking Tony. And today,
You know it is.
we're
You know
going
what
to
the fuck it
cover my deck. And so the last time we covered Tony's deck.
And then there was some time between.
Yeah, there's been a hiatus because a lot of things have been going on with the show and the store. There's been a lot of things going on. But,
It is the Murlocs.
fucking Morlocks. But it's finally here. And we're finally going to go over my deck. And I play way control-y. So you're going to get to see a U.S.A. controllers because that's what I like playing.
It's not the standard ones, but it is.
It's not the standard one?
It's not. There's
No,
a standard
it's
USA
not,
control
it's
list.
not,
It's not the
it's
standard one. It's a completely different control list.
It's a different flavor.
It's more of like a mid-range shift control list. But it
a lot of
leans on
reaction,
permission.
yeah,
It leans
it's
on permission more than.
Well, not really because it's like there isn't a lot of counters in it.
Not that kind of like
But there's a
permission.
lot of
Like
like
you do what I
fuck
tell
with
you to do. Yeah.
Like oh, that happened because I let that happen, or else that guy would have died. Okay, cool. Oh no, awesome. Oh, you're gonna swam me? Sacrifice a creature, suck a dick. That's awesome. You know, like
Yeah.
fuck you. And then it's like, oh, I happen to have the one counter in my hand. Oh man, I can't wait till you play something awesome. And then I'm like, sell you.
A lot of like unique counters too. Just like fuck it, whatever. Because
Fuck it.
one of the cool things from my days of playing Control back when it was unfair.
Actual permission.
Yeah,
and,
when
like,
I was actual
Mother
permission
May I.
control, is you would play like your 4 mana leaks and like a cancel. And then like a dispel or negate in the main, and then
Yeah.
your opponent gets so flustered because like how many
Fucking
fucking counters is he
counters.
running?
Which is why I run Essence Scatter,
Yeah,
Dissolve, and Counterflux because I'm an asshole.
'Cause you're just
and
like-
I'm not running 4 of all of them. There's only like 5 counters in the whole deck. Because fuck you, that's
yeah, it's just like whatever. I have a syncopate.
Yeah,
Now you have to figure out how many I
How many-
fucking
how many do I
have.
run?
Like, do
Oh,
I have to
man.
play? But could you imagine if it curves out as like turn 2, you're like syncopate for 1, and the next turn you're like dissipate. Next turn you're like counterflux. You're like, what the fuck is this
fuck?
guy running? He just
They're
like, I
like-
just throw all 3 of my fucking counters in one turn. But now you're scared.
He has
shitless.
no idea.
Yeah, you game 2, you're gonna be scared shitless to cast anything, and I'm like,
there's,
all
like-
counters out, creatures in. Welcome to the jungle, bitches.
Or is it like, oh cool, now I got Essence Scatter too. It's like, motherfucker threw in more counters, son of a bitch.
There's
What's
like
he
all
doing?
other counters out,
Yeah.
very unique singleton counters in. Let's see how
Yeah.
render silent works.
random silence.
Yeah, nope, you can't cast shit for the rest of the term. I just spent 7 mana on Palukra. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I
Keep
don't give
going.
a shit.
So,
So.
we're going to go right to the video of Victor pointing at things, and hopefully they'll sparkle.
Oh. All right, guys. So here's the deck. I laid it on the table. I'm gonna pick up cards so you guys see what's going on. We're gonna show it, so you're gonna know what's going on, so you don't have to squint. I know. But I have it laid out in front of me. I have my sideboard to the side. The sideboard's not so important because things change, meta change. I'm not gonna really cover the sideboard. We might have a little list. There might be like a little invisible thing over here somewhere, and you're gonna see it. What it is currently. It's going to change, obviously. But what matters is the main deck. The main deck's obviously what matters. So, right off the bat, some things that don't matter. There's 25 lands. We're not going to go through all the lands. It's 3 colors, whatever's the best mana curve you can do, obviously. Red is just a splash, so it's a lot of blue and a lot of white. So we're going to start, and I have it curved out in the mana curve, and we'll start that way. So the cheapest card we have is a single tin of Cyclonic Rift. You're going to see Cyclonic Rift right here, guys. All right. It's generic in a blue. It's in speed. I like Cyclonic Rift as a one-of, and the reason I like it is because of the techness of being able to bounce something, or more importantly, bounce the whole board. There's a lot of tokens. There's a lot of aggro, a bunch of stuff everywhere. You have, gods that make tokens. You have Elspeth now. It's kind of partially being played. Makes a bunch of tokens. No, fuck that. I don't want to fucking deal with that shit. I don't want to have to verdict and then kill my side of the board. A one-of is nice. It can come out if you don't like it. It's easy to make sideboard decisions, but one-of doesn't hurt. The next thing we have is Frostborn Weird. Right here. It's one of my pimps right here. He's 2 mana. He is a 4-drop, a 4-of in the deck. He's really good. He's really defensive. Stops aggro right on spot. They're kind of scared. He could pump, kill stuff, anything. So if they come in with a 2-1, it's gonna die. If they even come with someone with a 2/2, he can easily block it, pump it, and trade. Not even trade. I'm just gonna stay there. Yeah, it's fat booty. It's nice. And sometimes once things goes on, if even if you verdict and you play a Frostmourne Weird after, you can start swinging for 4. That's what I like doing. I want to see a little guy who's defensive, and all of a sudden he's offensive, and start winning me the game. I've won games with him, just because people are like, oh yeah, well 1/4, who cares? All right, he's punching you for 4. That's awesome. Next thing we have is Azurius Charm. It's another 2-drop. We have 3 in the main. People can argue for 4. Easel, Cyclonic Rift comes out. 4th one comes in. Really easy, not a big deal, guys. Again, really can draw you a card, can gain you life if you really have to, and more importantly, attacking or defending creatures go on top of the library. Really awesome. Next thing I have is Cyclonic Rift, Celestial Flare. I'm sorry. Celestial Flare is a 2-of. I've had arguments of not playing it. If you don't like it, it easily comes out. But I want the removal. I want the options. I want to have him make decisions of what on his sideboard is going to die. And normally, whatever's going to stick around, it's going to die anyway. That's what I'm going to do. That's how I play. I'm an asshole. The next thing is a 1-of Counterflux. It's a counterspell. It's a 3-drop. I opt that instead of 3 dissolves. Again, it's really, really good against Control Mirror. If I end up playing against Control Mirror, this card's really, really awesome. Currently, there is another one on the sideboard. But the thing is, as we were talking about before, you see a counterflux, and you see a dissolve in the same game, and you end up wondering how many counterspells am I actually running, and people get afraid. And it's not even about, well, he's going to counter it, I'm not going to do anything. You have to play around it, and that puts me in a better position, and it puts them in a bad position, and it can end up giving me, even if I don't have anything, if you don't play a card or a bomb for a turn because you're afraid of a counterflux or a dissolve coming through, that's better for me. I'm a control player. We'll play this game all day. All day. I don't give a shit. The next thing is dissolve. It is 2. Scry, 3 mana, counterspell. Pretty straightforward. Next is 2 of Divination. Divination draws me cards. I could run more of something else, but I like the fact that on my 3 slot, if I have to, I can draw cards. Or later in the game, when I have 7 or 8 mana and I still want to play defensively, I can still draw cards without having the Sphinx Revelation. Sphinx Revelation, as much as I love the card, it's a late game card. If I could Sphinx Revelation for 5, I'd rather do that than paying 5 mana Sphinx Revelation for 2. Well, if I have a Divination, I could pay the 3 mana, draw the 2 cards I want to draw off of Sphinx Revelation, still sit on my Sphinx Revelation, and then have 2 mana for anything else, and play a little bit better. One of my all-stars, and I'm going to sit and grab a non-foil one here, is my 3-drop Detention Sphere. I run 4. This card has won me games. The reason it has won me games is because if you have a God, I'm going to stop it. If you have a Planeswalker, I'm going to stop it. If you have a bunch of tokens, I'm going to fucking stop it. And you're not going to have a good time, especially because I run 4. It's such a clutch card that when it comes into play and it immediately changes the board state in my favor, and I could swing through. Oh, you have that flying blocker? Cool, I don't give a shit. I'm going to Detention Sphere it. Oh, you have that Heliod? Make tokens all day? Ha! I don't fucking give a shit. I'm going to Detention Sphere it. That's what's going to happen. And you're going to be really upset, and people are going to cry. It's awesome. I love it. Master Waves is my 4-drop. One of my 4-drops. He's only 2 of. Again, people wonder, oh, it's really aggressive. It's really mid-rangey. I only run 2, and when you're playing Frostmourne Weirds, when you're playing Planeswalkers, Archetype of Thought, which is the next card I'm going to talk about, Detention Spheres is all over the place. I do run an 8th-wing. Normally he comes down for 2 or 3, so I had maintained board state. I could literally sweep the board, have a Detention Sphere out, have an Archetype of Thought out, and play a Master Waves, and have 4 guys come out. That's 8 damage without swinging with my guy. All of a sudden, I go from sweeping, playing defensively, to immediately maintaining board state and swinging, putting people in a really bad position. It's really good. Archetype of Thought, Chase, 4-drop. I play 3. I have no problem playing 4. I don't +1 him unless I have to. I kill him if I have to and draw cards. Draw cards. Draw cards. Draw cards. Draw cards. I want card advantage. I want to fucking draw cards. I want to fucking draw cards. Card advantage all day, every day. Wake up, go to sleep, draw some cards, kill a guy, draw some more cards, play next game, draw cards. I don't give a shit. I want to draw cards. Next 4-drop is Supreme Verdict. It's 3. I'm gonna sweep the board and you're gonna cry. I mean, we're playing control. Next thing is Turn and Burn. I put it in the 5 slot, even though technically it's a 3 and a 2, because normally I play it as a 5. It is only 2 of them, but it's really nifty in getting rid of really interesting things. Anything like an activated god. If they activate the god, I could Turn and Burn it. It's a creature at that point. It's active. It's live. Okay, cool. I'm going to Turn and Burn it now. It loses indestructibility because it's a keyword. So it's going to go away. And it's awesome. Anything that's big that I have a really hard time with dealing, it's a good thing for Ghostad. Abzadad, if you don't know what we're talking about. That was a card I was really afraid of in my list because as time goes by, even a mid-range deck will come through. Don't care about it anymore. It's pretty awesome. We have Elspeth. 6-drop. There's 2. She's a pimp-ass bitch. She makes a lot of dudes and always has a party, and she rapes you. That's all I gotta fucking say about that one. Aetherwing, another all-star. I only play 1 in the main. I currently play 1 in the sideboard. He can easily come out of the sideboard. Normally, when Aetherwing comes into play, he stays. And when he stays, he wins. I go through more than half my deck half the time anyway, so I'm gonna hit him. I don't care. He's gonna come into play. He's gonna be unblockable. He's gonna be impossible to fucking deal with because you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill his ass with the downfall. I wanna fucking blink him. Fuck off. Oh, well, in response, I'm gonna ultimate price him. I'm gonna blink again. Fuck off. Like, he's staying. I don't know what you're trying to do, bro. Thanks for the free 2 for 0, and I'm just gonna kill you anyway. Awesome, thanks. And then the last thing is the X, Sphinx Relation. I was just talking about before. I wanna fucking draw cards. I wanna draw cards all fucking day. Because the more cards I have in my hand, the more you're gonna fucking cry. And I'm just gonna put them in a jar and hold them and be like, this is my trophy of your fucking tears every time you fucking died when I beat you. Like, it is what it is. Now, this is a U.S.A. control list to me. I'm only playing 3 counterspells in the main. I am playing more counterspells in the sideboard. There were more counterspells in the main originally. The deck keeps changing as time goes by and as meta changes. Obviously, you kind of have to. But I want that subtle touch. I want that subtle touch of you're going to play a bomb, and I went through maybe a quarter of my deck or half of my deck. I have that counterspell, and people don't know what to do. Now, originally in the first game, sometimes they don't see it. And if I put more counterspells in, they're going to play differently. And then once the first counterspell comes through, they're going to be afraid. And they're going to have to play around it. And I'm going to be like, awesome. Or they're going to play recklessly, thinking that I don't have any counterspells. And there are a little amount. But all I need is 1. 1 clutch counterspell can ruin someone's day. Ruin it. Ruin someone's day. Originally it was 24 lands. It is 25 lands now. There's so many easy things that can come out. And originally on paper, when you look at it, you kind of question certain things. Like you question Cyclonic Rift. You question Master of the Waves. I understand. You're going to ask those questions. Even some people are like, how do you win? I have an Aethling. Frostborn becomes offensive late game. I have Master of Waves, really aggressive. I have Elspeth, really aggressive, makes guys all day. So I do have the way to win. It's just several different ways. So what are you going to deal with? Are you going to deal with the Elspeth? Are you going to deal with the Aethling? Are you going to deal with the Master Waves? Or one random-ass Frostborn is going to beat you down and you're going to cry? Again, I play very defensively. I react. That's what I want to do. I want to see what you're going to do and what your hand looks like and then play accordingly. And that's my play style, and that's why I have singletons, and that's why I have different things in the deck that some other people wouldn't agree with, but it suits my play style. And again, the whole point of Brew, it's about how you play. So if I played way more aggressive and less defensively, there wouldn't be as many singletons. There would be more 4-ofs for consistency and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it's about how you play. And you want to find a deck that suits you. because even though you can copy the best deck around, it doesn't mean you're going to play it properly because you play different. And this is just to prove my flavor. So that's about all I got for now. If you have any questions, feel free to leave any comments once the video goes up. Tony does like this list. He says he likes the list a lot. He wouldn't play it because it's not his play style, but it's home to me. I've been playing U.S.A. forever, so it doesn't matter. And it's all about confidence, and it's all about being comfortable. I'm confident. I'm comfortable with this deck, and that's what matters. So that's what you want to look for. And at the end of the day, brew time, that's what it's about. So I hope you had a good time. Tony wasn't here. He had to leave. But I'm sure there's going to be some kind of comments or something later about it. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a good time. Again, this is on the Stack, Brew Time Edition, brought to you by GETV and Gamer's Edge. Don't forget to holla at our League of Legends boys, Kevin and myself, obviously. We're on 6 Item Carry. It's our other video on our channel. Feel free to check it out if you want anything with League of Legends and all things League of Legends. And that's about it. Hope you had a good time and be safe, guys.